Good morning internet. As every other living being on earth, I've been playing the stellarblade demo and honestly, it's not going to be my game. I feel like it's a little bit too slow and way too ambivalent with Souls mechanic and the Devil May Cry features in one package. Overall, that ambivalence has been done better before with Stranger of Paradise, which enabled a strong style-oriented gameplay in a Souls system, and stellarblade is way too stiff in comparison. Which doesn't matter, nobody gives a fuck what I think about stellarblade. Like, buy this game. Its production value is crazy good, it has style, the music is insanely good and the content is very promising. It's a good game, we are not debating that, that's not the issue, nobody in here has issues. What I would rather like to talk about is this. For some reason there is a practice mode in this game. My first initial thoughts were, yes! Yes, perfect, this is for me, they put this in here for me. Yes, I've been really thankful for this being here in the game, in a demo nonetheless, since for some reason that's not always a given. That Sim Officer, that's the demo that made me play the second part over and over just to lab combos. And it got me thinking. Actually, that's a lie, it just encouraged the thoughts I've been having for a while. Every game should have a practice mode. Now in stellarblade's case, it's a bit weird since there is very little freestyle leniency or room for combos whatsoever. If you played the boss challenge, you know what I'm talking about. Parrying for fatal attack, perfect dodge and blink are very important in this game. Even though we have a combo string and something like double jumps, which is, as far as I can tell from the demo, pretty misleading. Meaning it's not necessarily a game that needs something like a practice mode. And yet, I still try to pull off a little combo. It's not really a combo and it sucks, but trying something like this and playing around with the gameplay can reveal a lot of details. For instance, some abilities have a more lenient recovery than others. Some allow you to cancel it with a dodge and some are pretty adamant about the recovery. Most of these abilities have follow-ups with the first move recovering faster. It is also interesting to see how the input works in this game and what gets buffered as the next move. Usually you would spam your commands to make sure you activate them at the next possible time window, but if you do that, the game will sometimes register it as a commitment for the follow-up, even though you might have wanted to go into a different move. And that's just what a little fish brain like me could figure out. That wouldn't be all too possible, or rather too exhausting to find out outside of the comfort of a practice mode. It just makes sense, it's a standard for fighting games. And sure, fighting games have way more nuances and are built around very specific interactions. You die out there and get laughed at if you're not aware of them. Rightfully so, by the way, you don't parry this string, are you stupid? But action games, action-oriented games or character action games, whatever term you guys came up with this week, have a high enough skill ceiling and gameplay technical depth to also warrant a practice mode. I had way more fun checking out the possibilities of the gameplay in this practice mode than with the rest of the demo. I just wish I could give these guys infinite health too. Maybe you can, and I was too distracted by Eve's butt cheeks to see it, but this as a whole should be a standard, no excuses. This would have other benefits too, like I know what you're thinking. Man, I'm not as mentally ill as you are, I'm not labbing combos for 30 hours a day, I just want to play this game. And that's fair, but this would mitigate the need for excessive tutorials in the main game. The game could just quickly tell you, hey, we have a really long tutorial for this crap in the practice mode, go over there if you want to hear it. If you're indecisive what to unlock or buy next, you could check out its practicality in the practice mode first. Have a nice little sneak peek over there. And also it could potentially be a nice little clue on whether or not the gameplay itself has been thought out well, or if there's any level of vision behind it. A practice mode would mean the developers are very confident about their gameplay system having enough depth to be freely tested in an environment like this. Or you know, it can be also a major vibe check whether or not you're going to like it, just like in my case. I might be barking at a really old tree today, since it seems like every game of this particular genre is doing it already. The Void wasn't a standard in Devil May Cry, it was featured in the universally hated reboot, not even the special edition for DMC4 got it. But 5 has it now, which suggests it will be a serious staple at this point. Final Fantasy 16 had one, which may be thanks to its DMC oriented gameplay concept. But Valkyrie Elysium had one, dude, and even Final Fantasy 15 back in 2016. I like this game, but speaking from your point of view, do you really want to be below this standard with leaving out a practice mode? Think about it. I just wanna make sure everyone understands why this would be a necessity. You should fall in love with it. It will open up more doors for you to enjoy the game. You can check out details in a more dedicated and calm way, which will put you in shape for the main game. Gym time for your brain. This is something you didn't know you need, trust me. With that being said, If there are cool interactions and interesting ways to play stellarblade, then please tell me. Share your details, share your dirty secrets. I could need some good reasons to buy this game. Otherwise, as it stands now, it's just not interesting enough on a gameplay technical level. Even though Eve is pretty, but I'm quite resistant to fan service. Hey, it's me from the future. I bought 3 copies.